Hi, KOG here. I'll be doing the Rise of Bangtan, Chapter 2, Begin. Sounds ominous. It's the beginning of their career. Uh, I think the Chapter 1 was about before their first get go, and they're debuting here. So let's see how it was. A lot of memories for me too.
I close my eyes. For a long time, I've dreamed this dream. Life as a zoo in a jungle. We got to find and get our weapons to rumble. And BTS, we're the kids who are too cool for school and too bad to be good. So I'm gonna fight against all the prejudice. Fight for my generation. Fight for my music.
Grandmaster.
Because this cold world has no more dream.
For me, when they first came out, when I heard the name Rap Monster, 방탄소년단 was a interesting name to begin with. But Rap Monster, well, I thought, you know, he has a lot of confidence. I mean, you know, now he's kind of, how would you say, little embarrassed or feels kind of funny about it. But that's the thing about being young. You just full of energy and just over the top confidence. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. Rap Monster. There we go.
안녕하세요. 일일 DJ를 맡은 방탄소년 네? 다시 하겠습니다. 안녕하세요. 일일 VJ를 맡은 방탄소년단의 맏형 진입니다. 지금부터 방탄소년단의 세계 매력에 빠져보도록 하시죠.
Making a debut after a long preparation, how can the singer and album make an appeal to the general public?
Korea has around 4,000 official labels slash entertainment companies slash businesses that make or produce albums.
K-pop is so competitive. You have hundreds of groups debut every year.
Wow.
And it's, maybe 1% is going to stay around for a few years.
Korea has a relatively small home market, so it has to think about developing a product that will appeal to overseas markets.
I really do not like or appreciate that they try to pigeonhole like K-pop and like the Korean music industry as like this super like factory corporate like machine. Because where the hell do you think we got that from?
Up until a certain point, I think we were very much influenced by the Western. I'm not saying that it's right or that it's wrong, but it's just what needed to be done in order to branch out.
I mean, that's been around for a very, very long time, and it happens in everywhere else too. They only focus on like a few specific cases where that happens, and then make it seem like every single part of this scene here is like that.
There are systematic, rotten problems in the idol trainee system. The way that it's become like a simplified, generalized narrative about the dark side of K-pop and how this bland, obvious statement seems to resonate in headlines shows that there's a problem in the way Western media perceive this new Asian culture.
There's a misconception that Korean industry is like somehow more corporate. And no, even if there are certain things that they have to do, like choreography and stuff like that, right? They still have enough room to, write songs and be creative.
Back in the day, heavy metal.
It's well said, Wessel. I'm sure you guys know Tableau and probably know Yunmire too. And here's her husband, Tiger JK. Yeah, everything is corporate. It just is. And actually, the training system was a lot more human and more personal, especially in the beginning, because the companies, all of it, were small. There was no corporate money, there was no China money, there was just nothing. And it was just, you know, a couple guys or two, three guys who have, who, who thought they could make an entertainment company that could compete in world stage, and they made it. So in the beginning, they all had, it was for every YG, SM, the JYP, they were all hungry as hell. And they had like special relationship with their artist. And yeah, early on, it was like just like Mr. Bang PD and BTS. They have a special bond because they went through all that together. Now, after a little while, everybody starts saying that the Korea is a factory of well, there's a difference between a factory and systemizing something. I think I've said this before, but like you can make a really tasty burger, right? But developing a system for franchise is a different thing, because these people weren't there to just create one team and one team only. It was create a system where it would continuously produce, viable artists or groups. Now, that requires a system. There's a difference between mom and pop burger joint and McDonald's. They have a distance to the where the fryer for French fries are, and everything is set up, and they try to do it in a certain way so that the results can be duplicated, and that is how you grow a company. That's why system is important. That's why I got very interested in the K-pop in the first place. So, and some Western media make it sound like all American or Western music is homegrown and is a garage bands. No, come on. I mean, Motown was the originator. They chose the people to be in a group. They set up with certain look, certain dances, certain music. That's where it started. And afterwards too, I mean, so many groups were molded by entertainment companies to optimize earnings, I guess. But I just hope, just like Tableau said, I think the Koreans, these companies systemized the making of these groups and music perhaps a little differently, but that does not mean it's more corporate somehow. It's the same thing. And what is really good is that I think the world, like Hive and many other groups, there are more and more groups who produce their own music and who have a lot more say in their artistry. Not just idols who just do whatever, and that's fine too. I don't think anything wrong with just delivering, and because in that itself is not a easy thing. But it's each company have different approach to this, but I think they're nurturing some great artists who create their own music and things too. So I think it's going the right direction, and I just hope just they stop dramatizing. And there's so many garbage on internet about like dark side of K-pop and how it's like I mean there's dark side to everything. There's light side, there's a side for light and darkness in anything in this world. It just is. And it's fine to talk about the dark side, but hope they don't make it sound like it's more than what it is.
Medals and the rock stars, you know what I mean? They're kind of like K-pop now. You're gonna have some characters. They wear crazy makeup and all that hair, and so this is what's happening with K-pop. Rock stars reborn, you know what I mean?
So what is it like living as a K-pop star?
Well, so since I was ranting anyway, if I could add just one more thing, you know how they've been saying like, you know, K-pop artists put on makeup and they look gay and stuff? How? So wearing tights and having like permed golden hair down to here like a girl, and they also had a little bit of makeup, and you know the you know the so-called rock bands of the past, do they look masculine to you guys? I mean, come on. But I mean, you know, that hair and it's, you know, everything, and and doesn't mean I hated that. I mean, that's fine. It's their style. That's fine. But just do not put, like, your thing is okay, but, you know, so something different is not okay. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just not cool.
Star.
Seoul.
If you turn on your TV any day of the week here in Seoul, you'll find a K-pop show to watch.
BANGTAN!
It's a weekly rapid-fire blast through the latest crop of K-pop acts. These artists are already signed to record labels, but it's a competitive show, a bit of a cross between Top of the Pops and X Factor. Winning can be a huge boost for any act.
Winners are selected through votes from the live audience as well as the viewers at home.
X Factor? I don't know what the hell he's talking about. It's not really it's just a music show, but it is competitive in the sense that people who vote and whatever, you know, they figure out what is, like Billboard, kind of, but weekly. But, you know, it's not, what does it have to do with X Factor?
을 통해서 이제 홍보도 할 수 있고 또 그리고 생방송으로 보통 진행이 되기 때문에 사실 굉장히 좋은 기회고 그런 홍보를 할 수 있는 그런 수단인 것 같습니다.
야만 내 꿈. 전부 다.
비비는데 이런 거 영상에 찍으면 안 돼요. 형 카메라 앞에 있으면 되게 제가 쑥스러워요. 왜?
The rookie hip-hop group BTS are in the spotlight, and the members are waiting for their turn. Unlike other rookie stars, they greeted the camera in a relaxed way.
Crayon Pop.
2013년 7월 10일 V의 첫 단독 모드. 짝짝짝짝.
안녕하세요. V입니다. 나이는 19살이고요. 방탄에서 보컬을 맡고 있습니다.
사람들이 많이 놀랬던 것 같은데 6명 그룹일 줄 알았던 방탄이 7명이 그룹이 7명이라서 오래전부터 멤버들이랑 같이 생활했다. 그리고 크리스마스 때도 같이 있었고 랩몬 형 졸업 때도 갔고 단체 로그 찍을 때 6명만 나왔을 뿐이지 사실 나도 있었다. 나는 카메라에만 안 나왔을 뿐이지 벽에 기대서 형들을 계속 지그시 바라보고 있었다. 앞으로 많은 것을 보여드리는 방탄소년단의 V가 되겠습니다.
I wonder why they did that. I mean, you know, it's a marketing tool, I guess, to surprise people and, you know. But I'm sure V kind of felt left out, like, you know, when they're all talking to the fans and stuff, and he has to watch from the back. Oh, they got it. That's neat. A lot of times these newer groups, for a while, they have to, when they're practicing or doing the rehearsals, they have to wear like placard, small thing around their neck with their name on it. Yeah, it looks kind of sad. I'm sure you guys seen it somewhere. But hey, Bang PD made shirts for them, so they don't have to wear this thing. They said that they feel like they really made it when they're doing a comeback or when they're going to these music shows, and they don't have to wear the name tag anymore because everybody knows your name. That's when you really made it.
방탄소년단 드라 리허설 진행하겠습니다. 셋, 둘, 하나. 네, 잠시만요.
Oh, they're going all in.
둘, 셋, 팍! 자! 감사합니다! 열심히 하겠습니다!
쭉 내리는 거 포커스 알.
잠깐만, 우리 이제 끝났어.
네. 가죽 진짜 너무 더워요. 바로야. 야, 그거 뭐야?
괜찮아.
빨리 모여봐. 네.
나한테 있어.
6월 둘째 주 M 카운트다운 스페셜 MC 이준 천둥입니다. 예.
And black. Wonder what they're doing.
잘해야 돼요. 기회는 단 한 번뿐이야.
지금 얼굴 풀로 잡고 있어요.
왔어요?
얼굴이
너무 가까이 잡지 마세요. 메이크업 중.
뭐라고 한마디만 더 해줘요.
사랑해요, 방탄.
Oh my, after school.
안녕. 처음에는 쑥스러운 인사였지만 사실 지금도 쑥스러워요.
He's falling asleep. I think this was just after Growl, I think. Yeah. Axel was really hot at the time.
방탄소년단입니다. 방탄 수발.
안녕하세요.
그 데뷔 전부터 있잖아요. 임승훈이 아주 자자했던 방탄소년단이 오늘 M 카운트다운에서 데뷔 무대를 가져요. M 카운트다운 최초 공개 핫 데뷔 방탄소년단. 와 진짜 기대돼.
야마 내 꿈은 뭐래? 야마 내 꿈은 뭐래? 야마 내 꿈은 뭐래? 네 꿈은 가네. 안녕하세요, 팬 여러분. 둘, 셋, 팍! 타! 팍! 타! 팍! 타! 안녕하세요. 방탄소년단입니다. 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 We'll do our best, so please show your love. 알았어, 엄마. 지금 독서실 간다니까.
막연히 꿈이 없는 상태로 10대를 보내다가 부모님이 뭐 공무원 좋잖아 공무원에 뭔가 10대들에게 이제 정말 네 꿈이 뭐냐 이걸 물어보고 싶었어요 정말.
구호에 맞춰서 응원도 해주시고 정말
감동받았습니다.
너무 감사했어요.
Everyone. Our song No More Dreaming was one of the top 3 most requested songs of the after school club.
이 시대의 감성을 담는다는 거예요. 특히 젊은 사람들의 청년들이 지금 숨쉬기가 좀 벅차요. 취업 안 되죠. 꿈 가지라는데 이거 꿈 고문이죠. 희망 고문이죠. 근데 그런 것들을 참 잘 담아요.
살아가는 법을 몰라 날아가는 법을 몰라 결정하는 법을 몰라 이제 꿈꾸는 법도 몰라 눈에 떨어져
첫 무대를 봤는데 너무 멋있어가지고 감사합니다. 네, 너무 잘하는 거죠.
꿈을 대지 마 우물쭈물 대지 마
방탄이라는 게 이제 총알을 막아낸다는 의미잖아요. 총알처럼
막아내겠다.
쏟아지는 편견과 억압에서 이제 당당히 저희 세대의 생각과 가치를 지켜내겠다는 그런 심오한 뜻이 담겨 있습니다.
엄청난 포부를 저희가 또 갖고 있죠.
防弾少年団の活動を応援しています。
I remember them being very refreshing because boy groups or girl groups, they were kind of little tightly controlled, or how would you say? Okay, like girls who go for good girl image or sexy image, normally. And for guys, it's like a ballad, like a cute boy concept, or tough guy concept, like 2 p.m. And like, I mean, that was about it. But they were all like clean cut thing going. But the BTS they look a little freer. I mean, just look at RM with his hairstyle and calling himself Rap Monster. I mean, you gotta have quite a bit of confidence, or you know, gotta be pretty young to be able to call yourself that. And yeah, and it just looked, they just look a little more free, you know. And what they talked about too, there are many artists who delved into, you know, the realities of life, including like how society was, or how difficult it was, almost impossible to dream for many young people in Korea at the time, and even now it's getting worse. But they're pretty, you know, out there with the message too. So I thought it was like refreshing. I didn't know where they came from, but this is a different take.
한 번에 끝냈어요. 진짜.
불이라서 무서웠어요.
썼어. 끝.
일단 족봐.
대성공. 오예. 오예.
이거 많이 도전하겠습니다. 내일 잘할 자신 있어요.
자, 다 됐니?
감사합니다.
하나, 둘, 셋. 자유 포즈. 하나, 둘, 셋. 됐습니다.
멤버들 연습 기간이요 3년 정도라고 들었습니다. 데뷔 전에 블로그를 통해서 직접 만든 프리스타일 랩, 자작곡도 올리고 기존 곡 위에 랩을 얹어 새로운 편곡한 믹스테이프도 뭐 올리고 굉장히 이슈가 됐었습니다. 요거는 누가 많이 했었던 건가요?
이제 저와 이제 랩몬스터가 가장 많이 했는데요. 블로그를 통해서 자작곡도 많이 공개하고, 또 저희들 로그라는 저희들 하루 일지 같은 영상을 찍어서 매번 이 영상을 블로그를 통해서 올리고 하고 있었습니다.
아, 직접이요?
네. 편집은 안 하고요. 그냥 영상을 찍어서 바로 올렸습니다.
아, 그냥 올렸어요?
네. 아니, 팬분들이 많이 좋아하시더라고요.
아, 그때부터 좀 팬이 있었군요.
네.
그래서 그래서 연관 검색어에 데뷔 언제 해?
데뷔를 하고 이제 처음으로 학교를 간 적이 있었는데, 학교에 되게 이제 기대를 하고 이제 데뷔를 했고, 이제 친구들의 반응이 궁금해서 잔뜩 기대가 부풀어서 이제 내가 원하지 않는 그런 밋밋한 반응들, 평범한 반응들, 진짜 왔어? 이런 평범한 일상의 반응들 원하지 않았다 정말로 씁쓸한 현실을 겪은 그런 날이 있었는데, 저 당시에는 우리가 막 방송을 마음대로 못 깔 때예요. 방송을 막 사람 다 차있으면 우리 못 나가고 그럴 때도 있었어.
또 요즘은 진짜 많이 느끼는데 뭔가 말의 심각성, 말의 중요성에 대해서 많이 느낀다. 정말 얼마 안 되는 네임밸류지만 인신 공격도 많이 받았었고, 뭐 일방적으로 정말 밑도 끝도 없이 까내리는 비난들 정말 앞으로 얼마나 많이 받을지 모르지만, 얼마나 많이 받겠지만, 너무 많이 받겠지만 괜찮다, 괜찮고 날 까고 수많은 찬사와 수많은 비난을 받겠지만 항상 당당하고 항상 나는 이런 사람이고 난 진짜 괜찮은 사람, 우리는 진짜 괜찮은 팀이라는 걸 꼭 각인시켜주고 싶다.
You know, RM always had that, I think, the great mentality, you know, and just the drive. Even when he's this young, you know. Because taking criticism is not easy. Even myself, you know, after starting this YouTube channel, there seem to be people, for whatever reason, whatever view or reaction that I have to certain things, they criticize or, you know, make a point to show their discomfort. And that's all fine. I mean, I love to discuss the differences in views and stuff, but some people are just, you know, just, they are not interested in talking about it. They would just like to say certain things to make me feel bad. And it's not easy to take, believe it or not. I mean, you know, I'm not making money out of this or nothing, so I shouldn't care. But it does hurt. You know, I mean, it does bother you. But I'm sure, I mean, this is their music, and, you know, especially for RM and Suga and BTS, it is their music. You know, they wrote it, a lot of it, or they had a lot to do with it. And when people make fun of you, I mean, or criticize you, it must have hurt quite a bit.
이제 와서 무슨 학생들의 반항 같은 이야기를 컨셉으로 들고 나오냐. 철진한 컨셉이다. 비판도 굉장히 많이 받았던 것 같습니다. 그렇지만 저는 그들이 자신의 이야기를 하는 것이 무엇보다 중요하다고 생각했습니다.
I think this whole lyric is actually a message to the me in the past. When I was a middle school student, I studied really well, and I was a really smart and good student in the school. When I studied well and I got good score, and the adults and parents just praised me, and the adults told me that you will success. But I had no dream. I had no other dreams.
꿈을 꾸는 평범한 학생이었던 친구들이 아이돌로 데뷔를 하고 꿈과 다른 현실에 좌절도 하고 점점 스타가 되어가는 여러 과정을 거치면서 그들이 가졌던 진솔한 고민들이 음악에 담겨졌습니다. 이렇게 그들의 내면을 표현한 메시지가 같은 세대를 살아가고 있는 팬들의 마음에 닿았고
너무 바쁘고 힘들지만 내 꿈을 이뤄가고 있고 뭔가 이 시발점에서 첫걸음을 잘 내딛는 것 같아서 기분이 너무 좋다. 나는 그래서 현재를 좀 즐기면서 동시에 바쁘고 열심히 살려고 한다. 그렇게 살면 참 힘들겠지 몸이. 아무튼 그런 사람이 되고 싶고 곧 멋진 음악으로 또 팬분들, 대중분들 찾아뵙고 싶다. 앞으로도 열심히 살고 또 열심히 바쁘게 살 것이다. 올해는 정말 진짜로 너무너무 중요한 하루가 될 것 같아서 기분이 너무 좋다. 화이팅! 랩몬스터 화이팅! 김남준 화이팅! 방탄소년단 화이팅! 뜬금없다. 아무튼 이렇게 로그 끝.
안녕하세요. 방탄소년단입니다.
2013년 6월 28일 지내일지
남준아!
저희가 드디어 첫 번째 팬 사인회를 했습니다. 우! 많은 분들이 와주셔서 편지도 주시고 하이파이브도 하고 정말 생각보다 너무 많은 분들이 와주셔서 너무 감사했다.
정말 팬분들이랑 1대1로 얘기하는 시간이 너무 좋았다. 많은 분들이 저희랑 얘기하는 걸 좋아하셔서 정말 기분이 좋았다.
They really look happy, don't they?
우와.
공기를.
안녕하세요.
저 한 번도 안 해봤어요.
괜찮아, 한 번도 안 해봤어.
나안 해봤어.
안녕하세요. 신기하네. 신기하네. 괜찮네. 이거. 안녕하세요. 지민이에요. 신기하다.
덥습니다. 그래도 잘한 것 같아요. 굉장히 정말 축복받고 너무너무 운 좋고 내가 하고 싶고 내가 잘할 수 있고 내가 사람들한테 보여주고 싶은 거 삶을 살 수 있다는 게 정말 너무너무 축복받은 일인 것 같고 항상 감사하고 팬분들께 정말 기쁘게 해야 될 것 같다. 7월 24일 멤버스터의 로드 끝. 바이바이.
방탄 눈팅하고 있는데요. 방탄 없으면 사는 게 재미가 없다. 전 여러분들이 없으면 사는 게 재미가 없어요.
하나, 둘, 셋. 방탄!
CJ.
몸 아픈데. 무서워 죽겠네. 항상 지민이만 돈다고 생각하시죠? 저도 한번 들어보겠습니다. 네. 들어왔습니다.
안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
오늘 아쉬운 소식 들었는데 막방이라고. 빌딩곡으로 이제 활동 마무리하면서 스스로들한테 점수를 준다면
50점 주겠습니다. 네. 앞으로 채워갈 50점입니다.
진짜.
축하하면 죽었습니다.
수고하셨습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
네, 그 전에 2013년 가장 핫한 신인 그룹 방탄소년단이 성공적인 데뷔를 마치고 오늘 굿바이 무대를 가진다고 합니다. 그럼 함께 불러볼까요? 굿바이 방탄소년단.
You know, just between their debut and here, they just look so much more comfortable on the stage, don't they? Yeah. I mean, even that short time, they were growing.
네, 좋습니다. 두번 넘고 빨리 가야죠.
네, 좋습니다. 좋습니다.
다들 기다리고 있을 텐데 빨리 돌아오셨으면 좋겠어요.
네. 열심히 해서 다음 앨범으로. 네.
2013년 7월 28일 제이홉의로 이제 우리의 첫 앨범 투쿨 포스쿨의 앨범 활동도 이제 끝마치게 됐는데 믿기지가 않는다. 지금 다음 앨범 준비에 곡 작업에 안무에 화보 촬영에 정말 요즘 몸이 한계인 게 굉장히 슬플 정도로 바쁘게 타이트한 스케줄을 소화하고 있는데 너무너무 즐겁고 행복합니다. 차에서도 가사 쓰고 하고 촬영 중에도 가사 쓰고 이래도 정말 너무너무 즐겁고 행복합니다. 2013년 8월 7일 슈가이로
방탄소년단은 앨범 준비에 들어가면 연습이 곧 공식 스케줄이 됩니다. 연습에만 몰두할 수 있도록 다른 활동은 거의 정지하죠. 그렇다면 시간 단위로 경제적 가치를 창출하는 방탄소년단 입장에서 큰 손해가 아니냐고 생각하시는 분들이 계실지도 모르겠습니다. 처음 방탄소년단 멤버들과 만났을 때부터 지금까지 우리가 가장 중요하게 생각했던 게 스스로 부끄럽지 않을 수 있을 만큼의 완성도였고 이것을 위해서는 어떤 손해도 감수할 수 있다는 마음가짐으로 준비에 임합니다. 결국 우리가 함께 해온 일들은 우리가 앞서 했던 것보다 조금 더 나은, 조금 더 완성도 높은 컨텐츠를 선보이기 위한 여정이었습니다.
You think just that from inside, mentally.
They're about to pass out.
Heart beating. What you waiting for?
2013년 8월 16일 전국의 로그 업무 시간을 바로
Yeah, that was
들어갔다.
cool.
Are you ready? Ready? Let's go.
누구나 지금 감기에 걸려있다. 고통스럽다.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
힘들다. 솔직히 힘이 많이
Did I
드는데
see that one?
힘이 많이 들어서 안 되는 동작들이 조금 많다. 그걸 열심히 해서 동작을 바로 잡겠다. 기대도 좋다. 2013년 8월 16일 전국의 로그 끝.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I mean, I thought I saw almost all of their like practices and stuff, but I don't remember seeing this this one. This was well, it was like a it was to show who was coming next, but
약간 일단 청 테이프에 맞춘 거거든요. 아까는.
뭐가 문제요?
그러니까 청 테이프에 맞췄는데.
그게 지금 뭐 하는 거야 지금? 여준구, 네가 잘했는데 다른 사람이 다 틀렸다 생각하냐? 네가 아직도? 너 왜 그래?
죄송합니다.
잘해. 사람 두시고.
야, 종국아. 뭐 축하 안 해줘서 삐졌냐?
아닙니다.
Oh, that was messed up. Oh man, it was a setup.
리더라고 뭐 내가 뭐 너한테 뭘 한 적 있냐?
빨리 찍자.
제가 조금만 오른쪽으로 가면 되나요?
그래, 조금만 가.
생일 축하합니다. 생일 축하합니다. 사랑하는 정덕은 생일 축하.
He's gonna cry. He's gonna cry for sure. Yeah, he's crying.
영구아 미안해. 내일 축하해. 내일 축하해.
야 태어나줘서 고마워.
소감 한 말씀 해줘.
이런 거. 감독님도 놔둔 거. 연기가 진짜인 줄 알았어요.
저 옷이 없는데.
감독님도 다 연기하신 거예요?
Oh.
비에로그.
You know what we should remember is that I'm sure there are some rotten kids in the idol scene too, but you know they're kids. They're still kids. They were kids, and a lot of them are just kids, and usually are really good kids too. You know, really sweet, hardworking kids. And that's why I think all fans, not only BTS but all fans should voice concerns, like if you feel they're not treated well, or you know, try to take care of them. Most of them are just a bunch of nice kids.
오늘은 뮤비를 찍었다. 세트장이 정말 마음에 들었다. 개인적으로 노멀 드림 때보다 더 때깔 있어 보인다. 가서 제일 좋았던 게 밥차는 정말 진짜 맛있었다. 세 그릇 먹고 체해갖고
하지만 빨리 우리가 뮤비를 찍고 어떤 모습으로 나오게 될지 궁금한 건 마찬가지인 것 같다. 다들 멤버들 전부 파이팅 넘치게 연습을 하고 있기 때문에 그걸 보고 있으면 되게 나도 파이팅! 이렇게 에너지가 팍팍팍 올라가서 더 열심히 할 수 있게 되는 것 같다. 지지 않겠어. 2013년 8월 23일 지네로그 끝!
How sweet.
저희 방탄소년단이 데뷔한 지 100일이 된 날이.
요번 앨범에서 정말 더 한번 빵 터뜨려서
약간은 부담감이 있기도 한 것 같고
여자 사실 예전은 즐겁다고 생각한 적은 많이 없었던 것 같아요.
Yeah, once they were doing better. Anyway, too cool for school. Let's see. I think the non-Korean or Western viewers, I wish you guys could kind of understand Korean kids' life. After Japanese occupation, the Korean War, the whole of Korea was decimated. You guys have no idea. You should just if you do some research. The mountains were red. That's why MASH was filmed in California and didn't look funny, because all the trees were burnt down from the war, and people they didn't want to freeze to, they didn't want to die from the cold. So whatever tree that was left over was used as fuel. So like if you took a train, I remember taking a train when I was really young to countryside, all the way there. You will see just red mountains. And Korea is not a, arid, desert like, it should have been what you see now. Or should have been all green, but it was all just dirt, not even trees. Now, the education was the only way to go. There were no YouTubers. There were no video game players. Just you can't play role, like a faker and become famous. There was just, unless you're born to a rich family, super rich family or something, you just have to, the only way to prove yourself was to study, to get a good education and become a doctor or high ranking official of the government, or, lawyer, or that was the only way. I mean, of course, you see that a lot in Asian Americans in the States too. It's a way to just skip over. But in the United States, for example, you can do that, or you can also become let's say, comedian. It's a viable job, right? But there was no such thing as a viable job in Korea for longest time. Singers, whatever, they made really, unless top tier, they didn't make money. Nobody bought your albums. They used to sell, these copy tapes everywhere. They had to go to nightclubs and, cheap nightclubs around the provincial area to make a buck. So that tradition of just, you have to do, excel in studies to become somebody, go to good school and all that, which still persists. But if you really think about it, even if everybody tried hard, that doesn't mean everybody get to go to the best schools. I mean, there's such thing called aptitude. You know, only because everybody wants to, run real fast, that doesn't mean you become like you get gold medal in Olympics. It just doesn't happen. So that's why they call it "There's no dream" for longest time. But I think when BTS came out around 2000 mid 2010s, early 2010s. See what started to happen was Korea expanded for about 20 years in like ridiculous speed, so that if you actually get in certain place, like a small company, like a Samsung was a small company comparatively speaking, but if all the companies getting bigger and bigger, and just countries getting richer exponentially, if you're part of it, you grow with them. So even if you work crazy hours or whatever, but you could feel your life changing. That was an experience for most people. But then you can't grow exponentially all the time. After a certain time, people, the growth start to slow down. And that was the 2000, it was like mid 2000, 2010s up to now. Everything has slowed down. I mean, they're still doing pretty good, obviously, comparatively speaking. But it wasn't like before, nobody can stay in the company for like 55 or 60, until the ripe old age. They keep pushing you out, and the kids, they don't have as many places to go anymore. Because if there's no expansion, you don't need that many people. I mean, if the companies of Korea are not growing fast enough, then the new kids got no place to go. Yeah, I think BTS was talking about the sentiment, but I'm not sure. Young people might have loved that, what they represented, but the people, older people or status quo, I believe they didn't really like that. Like, for example, if you're a parent, they grew up in a place where you gotta do well in school, you gotta stay in school, you gotta kill yourself if you have to get ahead in school. I mean, this is the mentality, and you have like too cool for school. What is your dream? Yeah, and what most parents wanted was your dream should be going to one of the top colleges. Anyway, it's a sad history, and yeah, but I think BTS expressed because they were able to talk about who they were and at their age and what they want to talk about. It kind of truth and like honesty. It it resonates so much better than bullshit. Anyway, thank you very much. This was more of a serious one, but I hope, they say, starting from chapter 3, it's a lot more fun. So I'll be waiting. Bye-bye.